What's up guys, Bearded Jeeper here, and you may have been wondering where I've been. I installed headlights at the beginning of the year. You saw that video. I've been taking a little bit of a break from YouTube. I was sick last week, not the Rona, but just sick. So feeling better now, gonna start working on the Jeep. I wanted to start doing a little bit of progress videos, so a little bit every day, hopefully jam it all together at the end of the week, so I can actually start getting some work done on ZipTie. So not sure what I'm actually going to get done today. Oh, battery's dying already. But we got the Novak cable shifter for the linkage. I did try the Aussie designs or Azzy designs, but it's not going to work in my application because the JK shift linkage is kind of flipped, so it makes it really difficult. You can't get all the way one direction, so we're gonna have to install this instead. First, I need power to my garage, which is extension cord buried in snow. And much better, changed the battery pack, so hopefully this battery's gonna last a little bit longer than that one did in the cold. Got my cold gear on, onesie jumpsuit. That hopefully is gonna keep me a little bit warmer out here in the frigid New England weather. Now we gotta dig an extension cord out of the snow. We did it, extension cord. All right, now we got power. We can actually see what we're working on. But we're gonna attempt to do a little bit of work here. All right, let me show you what we got going on in the Cherokee so far. I tried to hook up this Azzy Designs linkage, but really it just doesn't have enough clearance. I had to flip this little bottom linkage backwards to even get any clearance, but I'm not getting enough clearance. I'm hitting the case. I know this is kind of sitting down because it's on a jack and I don't have the cross member up, but I want to get this linkage installed and then I'll be able to put I got the Iron Rock Off-Road 3-link cross member that bolts right up here, and gonna install that. So I gotta remove the carpet here because that's where that bracket comes. So yeah, I don't know what I want to tackle first. So I think it's gonna be easier if I just remove this seat to get to these bolts on the trim here. My issue is those look kind of rusty. That bolt looks really rusty. So I'm worried if I take it out, I mean, I gotta remove the carpet anyway. I just don't know what the floorboard underneath is gonna be looking like. You guys wouldn't believe it, but when I moved the seat, I found a token. You guys probably can't see that. It's a Chuck E. Cheese token. That's pretty neat. All right, we're gonna try to remove these bolts. So I was taking the seat out of my Jeep right here so I can get underneath the carpeting to install part of a transfer case shift linkage. Look what I found. It's a Chuck E. Cheese token from 2004. Circa 2004, where kid can be a kid. There goes one bolt broke. All right, let's get this seat out. Wow. Now this Jeep is super clean. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like the factory white paint. No rust. We lucked out, boys. A little rust here. We'll take care of that. So after I removed the seat and part of the center console here, I had to get to those 4 bolts that hold that crazy mechanism on there for the stock linkage. And I just have to say, some of the cleanest floor pans I've ever seen on a Cherokee. A little bit of like staining. It's not even really surface rust, I guess. Maybe a little bit of surface rust, but I'm gonna clean that up. But I was just amazed at how clean this thing is. But those are the 4 bolts, gotta remove. Matt from Bleepin' Jeep, you got me drinking way too many of these Dr. Peppers. But they're so good. So I've been doing a little bit of work in the garage today. It's cold, as you can see. You can see my breath in this shot. But trying to get a little bit of work done on ZipTie, even though it's freezing cold and I had to shovel to get the extension cord out of the snow half the time. But here's what I got going on today. We got a little bit of progress going on here. Trying to film as much as I can, but my fingers are freezing. So let me get under here. Hopefully you can see this light here. So we got the bracket installed there, and then we got this shifter linkage. We got it run from the shifter linkage run from the transfer case shift lever there, goes through this plate on the floor that we installed. Now I gotta install this other little bracket here. This little bracket. This installs, if I can get it orientated right. So I gotta get that put in. Cable will go back through there and to the shifter linkage, which I have off right now. It's actually hanging on the end here. I had to modify this end slightly and take off one of the little pieces to make it work with this Jeep JK shifter linkage. It's the stock linkage. But we got it to work, and just got to button up the rest of the cable and install that one piece. Then we should have a working transfer case shift lever. Who knew it'd be so much work? We can now shift into 4-wheel drive. Like butter. What we got going on under here is the Novak Conversions shift linkage. It's the cable linkage. Works way better than any of the other ones. Yeah, this bracket that attaches to 2 of the bolts for the transfer case. And then you got this cable that runs through here And this bracket that goes here, you actually have to take your seat out, carpet out to get to these 4 bolts from the stock. Put those down through, but it's looking really good, working really well now. Finally got it all adjusted. Takes a little bit, especially where it's not the intended transfer case in this Jeep. The only thing I had to modify was this is the original bracket for the JK Rubicon transfer case. What I ended up doing is drilling out this hole where there was like a little bushing in here, and then I was able to mount this adapter, or mount this end of it in through here. I had to take out one of the washers, otherwise it was too short for it to have any threads sticking through, but now I got it all tightened up. She's working good. Next step here, gotta remove this bolt, drill and tap another hole up here, install the transmission cross member here, the Iron Rock Off-Road 3-link setup. I got the arms recently too, so I bought a new transmission mount. Gotta figure out what I'm doing with the exhaust for now, but we're making progress slowly. Then once I get this center section all done, oh, and I gotta put the yoke back on here. The only way you can get to the bolt that holds this linkage on is if you take the yoke off. So I gotta put that back on. But once we're done putting the transmission cross member on here again, then I get to move on to the rear frame stiffeners. Then I finally start to get mocking up the rear axle. Well, as long as we can keep, or as long as I can dig it out of the snow. We're supposed to have like 40-degree weather during this week, so hopefully we'll be able to make some progress on this. All right, guys, this video has been a couple weeks worth of progress, not a whole lot, but it's cold, snowy, so kind of zaps your motivation, but I at least wanted to get a video out there, so I'm gonna end it here, and hopefully I can continue to make some progress on this whole build. As always, guys, stay bearded, stay Jeepin'. I'm out.